begin with our land acknowledgement. As we gather for worship, we thankfully acknowledge that we live, work, and dream in the land first called Mi'kma'ki. We continue to uphold and live out the values of peace and friendship treaty as we work to reconcile our past and move towards a peaceful future. Announcements. I think the majority of them are the same as always. The list of services at the end of the bulletin. Except that December 21st is going to be in Riverside instead of here. So we all need to make sure that we Riverside instead of here. Because here is going to be in use for
Food bank weekend.
So
We love that.
Well,
Well,
cozy
the
little
food bank
service
won't
group.
be here, but the food will. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Any other things going on? When's the Meals to Wheels Christmas? This week? Okay. Any other ones that we should know about?
The parade tonight, parade of lights.
Oh, is that tonight?
That's tonight.
Nice. Parade of Lights tonight.
And no, not at all, because I thought we were just doing the festival of lights, which is next Friday. Which is at the Cornerstone Park.
The Cornerstone Park, right lights at the Cornerstone Park.
Oh, okay, so that's
It's
next
coming
week.
on the 12th. I don't know that there's a festival of lights tonight. Who
What
organizes it?
I don't, where?
Anyway.
Because there's stuff like in Carol's Corner and stuff that we get through the
Carry on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's hard to know. Well, let each other know what the parade is tonight.
the parade is starts.
Oh, okay. Any celebrations? The lights? Christmas in general, yeah.
Snow.
So no birthdays or anniversaries? What was that?
First is
We're
working.
like worship, we can celebrate that.
And our call to sing. Let's sing. A Candle is Burning, verse 2. This time of year, we carefully count our days, counting down to special events or visits. Our Advent candles also mark our days. The word we connect with the second candle is peace. And as we light the candle, we are reminded to take this word into the week with us as we prepare to welcome the Christ child into our family celebrations. The light from this candle reminds us to look for peace as we prepare to welcome others into our family. May the peace of the prophets dreamed shine brightly as we roll out the welcome mat.
Welcome to our family.
I had hoped I was going to have beautiful welcome mats painted up to roll out actually for all the Sunday's gathering, but such is life. Give it a fridge breakdown and a computer crash in the same month. It's all on the board.
We're supposed to be peaceful today.
Merry Christmas to me. I'm getting a fridge. Let's join in our call to worship. Turning on the news or reading the paper doesn't seem as peaceful and relaxing as it once was. We hear daily of strained relationships, natural disasters, and hate crimes.
Through all the sensational headlines, online hate, breaking news, and provincial alerts, we dream of peace.
Peace finds us with the welcome mat spread out and the porch light on.
We welcome peace to our worship and to our families. May this time of worship be filled with the peace of the prophets, drink of and inspire our own feelings of peace for tomorrow.
Our opening hymn is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear.
I think we're down enough,
The Angles sing a cute song. Frank made a joke, which now the Angles sing, and the Angles, they sing a cute song.
You're not supposed to give.
10th grade math is killing me. Oh dear. Let's pray. As our hearts join in prayer, we pray that we take the time we need to dream of peace during our worship. May we find our way through the chaos of our daily lives, strengthened by the prophet's visions of peace. May it be so. All right. Ready, Marge?
I don't know. Sandy called me this morning and said, I forgot to call you yesterday.
That was it, that's when I woke up this morning.
So, I thought, Ezekiel? Ooh. But anyway, that's the new one.
But you got the bones.
I got the bones.
Yeah.
We were singing the dry bones this morning. And I said, well, why don't we sing it as an introduction to this scripture? You heard it.
Yeah.
So, the valley of dry bones. Just have to make sure there I am. I felt the powerful presence of the Lord.
Put the mic down.
Yeah.
Put the mic down. I don't know if it's on.
Everybody's taller than me.
Yeah.
I felt the powerful presence of the Lord, and His Spirit took me and set me down in a valley where the ground was covered with bones. He led me all around the valley, and I could see that there were very many bones, and that they were very dry. He said to me, "Mortal man, can these bones come back to life?" I replied, "Sovereign Lord, only you can answer that." He said, "Prophesy to the bones. Tell these dry bones to listen to the word of the Lord. Tell them that I, the Sovereign Lord, am saying to them, I am going to put breath into you and bring you back to life. I will give you sinews and muscles and cover you with skin. I will put breath into you and bring you back to life. Then you know that I am the Lord." So I prophesied as I had been told. While I was speaking, I heard a rattling noise, and the bones began to join together. While I watched, the bones were covered with sinews and muscles, and then with skin. But there was no breath in the bodies. God said to me, "Mortal man, prophesy to the wind. Tell the wind that the Sovereign Lord commands it to come down from every direction, to breathe into these dead bodies, and to bring them back to life." So I prophesied as I had been told. Breath entered the bodies, and they came to life and stood up. There were enough of them to form an army. God said to them, "Mortal man, the people of Israel are like these bones. They say that they are dried up without any hope and with no future. So prophesy to my people Israel and tell them that I, the Sovereign Lord, am going to open their graves. I'm going to take them out and bring them back to the land of Israel. When I open the graves where my people are buried and bring them out, they will know that I am the Lord. I will put my breath in them, bring them back to life, and let them live in their own land. Then they will know that I am the Lord. I have promised that I would like to do this, and I will. I, the Lord, have spoken." And I hear Sandy McLaughlin back there. "I am the Lord, I have spoken." And I hear her laughing about that. John 11:25-26. Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me will live, even though they die. And those who live and believe in me will never die." Do you believe this? That's These are the sacred words.
Thanks be to God.
From the great I'll make sure I take my stuff out.
It's interesting. Last night I had a nightmare.
Did you read Ezekiel?
Sort of. It was more from the New Testament passage. Yeah. I dreamed that someone was on a PA system and they started reading a passage from the Bible that was similar to that but not that. And I felt very strongly about it, and I got up and marched down to where the PA system was, and I gave them a piece of my mind. I think I was then promptly fired, but these when I was here the first time. These are the storytelling cards from Godly Plays Advent Stories. And I like to use these every year, even though I don't love the story, but what I love about it is the very first one, they always put the prophet on. Now new sets have a hand pointing, and you're supposed to have a set of Bethlehem, and the hand points toward Bethlehem. But this is the prophet's card. This is the prophet's card. I opened up to the other one. Prophet's card. The prophets point us towards Bethlehem. The prophets are people who come so close to God and God comes so close to them that they know what is most important. They point the way to Bethlehem. They didn't know exactly what was going to happen there, but they knew this was the place. And so the first Sunday of Advent in the Godly Play story, we remember the prophets. And I like that happens the very first Sunday in Advent because there are so many prophet readings in Advent. And I don't think it makes sense unless you recognize that they are trying to point the way towards this saving grace that's going to come. They don't know who or what it is, they just know that this saving grace is going to come. And so of course, as we prepare for Christmas, now knowing what we know, because I mean, every time there was a different prophet, they knew one more thing than they knew last time. We remember all of the past messages and what they are to come. Now the other Sundays, just so you're not left totally in the dark, this is the Mary and Joseph Sunday. Then we've got the shepherds and the angels. And this card is updated too because it has an angel on it now. And this, I don't remember what the update, oh I have it in here maybe. No, this one says it's the Magi too. This one's the Magi, they don't do that now, right, in the Godly Play story all the time. And I prefer to take it out because the Magi started their journey when Jesus was born, but they didn't get there until afterwards. So if I were to tell this story now, I would be sure to say,
Those are angels.
no, I'd probably still say the Magi, but I would say they just started on a long journey on this Sunday rather than, like they won't be there on Christmas Eve. And then the Christmas Eve card is different now too. I'm not sure, again, what's quite so different about that, but I mean, I made these 20 years ago, so they are old, yeah. And the story has, believe it or not, been updated since then. So, that's why the prophets, that's why Ezekiel. I think you're ready now to go into this? Let's sing first. What child is this?
Shepherds watch
There's so much I want to talk about today. Dry bones, refreshing words, gender-based violence, peace, Advent, the prophets, and the way they feature so heavily in Advent, how lots of prophecies from the readings this year are certainly still applicable today in our current socio-political context. My own journey of exploring meaning at Christmas time, and perhaps a few words of encouragement for all of you as well. We'll see how much of this I can cover for the next 7 to 10 minutes.
Bring lunch?
So first up is the prophets. Thanks to our theme conversation, I think you're ready for this. So you've already tapped into the reason why the prophets figure so prominently in the lectionary during Advent. The prophets are the ones who first taught us about what the kingdom of God might be like. The teachings of the prophets would have laid the groundwork for Mary and Joseph. When it probably felt like their whole world was collapsing around them, they could come back to those teachings. The instructions and directions given by the prophets would have been taught to Mary and Joseph as children, informing their values and pointing them in the right direction when all the chips were down, giving them a common sense of direction. It's not much wonder that they feature so heavily in the readings. The dreams and visions of the prophets paint a beautiful picture of what it would be like if everyone lived the way of the kingdom. Prophets also do a good job of providing examples of what can happen when we don't work together to live the way God intended. The prophets kept the people moving forward, even when times got hard. And as we're stepping out into this season of gift giving, movie watching, singing, and decorating, the prophets remind us of the original intent of the season, to prepare for a new way that is inspired by the understanding of the old way. After all, one generation's innovation becomes the next generation's tradition, which then becomes the next generation's burden. The prophets remind us not to get so wrapped up in tradition that we can't see the life-giving possibilities around us. If there's one thing that people feel possessive of, it's their Christmas traditions. I've been in 7 churches now, 8 churches, something like that. Everyone is different, and everyone does not change. We may have gone off track a little in preparing for the Messiah, getting all wrapped up in the gifts and the lights and the adornments of Christmas, and the prophets would be right there to nudge us back on track. We are preparing for the Messiah to come because things aren't just. Life isn't easy, and too many people still let control of their own personal lives turn into usurping the control of another person's life. What happens when someone loses control of their own life? Well, this leads nicely into my second topic, peace or lack thereof. During Advent, we tend to automatically assume that peace means a lack of conflict or violence. That's a lens gifted to us courtesy of World War I and World War II. While it's certainly a valid image of the meaning for the word, a lack of violence or conflict is not always the most helpful meaning of peace. I think a healthy sense of differentiation and autonomy are actually more useful in establishing peace. I'm also willing to admit that this is likely coming from a lens of raising a teenager. But the Valley of Dry Bones imagery really does help. Ezekiel's vision of a valley filled with very dry, and it's really intent that it's very dry in the Bible, indicates that nothing in the valley is possible other than death. There isn't even a sense of one body from the next, just a bunch of bones all jumbled together. No way to tell one person from another. At least not until the bones are allowed to believe that they can have a breath of their own. God told Ezekiel to speak to the bones, and they got up and put themselves together to form bodies. but they still weren't alive. The bones didn't really live until God told Ezekiel to prophesy to the bones and give them breath. It was only once the bones had been given the freedom of their own breath that they could truly live. I don't think they could have breathed without understanding which bones belonged to which person, or without having the freedom to breathe. So here's where peace really comes into the passage. Ezekiel didn't speak the word that gave them breath. Ezekiel spoke the word that encouraged the very dry bones to breathe the breath the Spirit had given them. So let's practice this. Everyone hold your breath for a second. Keep holding. Keep holding. Now let it out with a big sigh and breathe normally. Hopefully, in the release of that sigh, the possibility of normal breathing again, you felt some sort of peace. And maybe you didn't get to hold it the whole time. Or maybe you didn't even try, because that sort of thing makes you uncomfortable. But that just adds strength to my point, that you need to be your own person, and you need to make your own decisions before you can have peace. My third point, peace in our current socio-political context. Again, perhaps because I'm constantly realizing that the key to living peacefully with teenagers is to encourage them to be their own person and make their own informed decisions. But I really do think that world peace is possible. War or conflict happens when one group of people tries to control other groups of people. Some leaders might try and tell you that war is about access to resources, but it's not. It's about the control of those resources. It's about one group of people or one person thinking that they are stronger, better, smarter, or more deserving than another person or group. Peace is possible when one offers and receives dignity, respect for their existence, and respect for their own sense of comfort and safety. For example, it's been 36 years since 14 women were killed and another 10 women were injured because they were women, by someone who thought that he deserved a say in who existed and who didn't. Those women deserved enough respect for their existence that they could go to class without fearing that their very existence was in danger. 36 years later, we are still struggling to understand how to bring an end to gender-based violence. Personally, I think ending violence will only happen when those who perpetrate the violence that is, finally have their own inner peace. If you never feel peaceful in your own mental state, how can you possibly be peaceful in your physical state? This brings me to my final point, words of encouragement. What were the words that Elijah spoke to the bones that gave them the encouragement that they needed to live? Were they an acknowledgement of existence, a validation of their presence and experience? What are the words that we need to hear to feel our existence is valued and respected? Who needs to hear those words from us? Where are the dry bones in the Musquodoboit Valley? What are the words they need to hear to be brave enough to breathe on their own? That's why I asked for the list of people who need cards. Amen. Marion, do you have a minute for mission ready?
December always seems to arrive in a blink, doesn't it? Some are already checking off shopping lists, and others are thinking about starting. Wherever you fall, gifts with vision can make your Christmas giving simple and meaningful. With gifts with vision, there's no wrapping, no shipping deadlines, and no frantic mall searches. Instead, you can choose a gift that truly matters. Every gift supports communities across Canada and around the world, addressing poverty and hunger, strengthening education, supporting healing and reconciliation, and more. There's something thoughtful for everyone on your list. Each gift with vision connects directly to a mission and service project that relies on the generosity of people like you. Your gift becomes part of real change and real hope for people who need it. As you settle into the season, whether you are a planner or a last-minute shopper, consider a gift that gives back. Gifts with vision is just a click away.
Thanks, Mary. So let's join together in the offering prayer. God, you offered light to the prophets,
giving them a dream of peace to lead the way. Bless our efforts here today to offer small signs of peace, clearing the path towards a future of justice and equity. Amen.
Let's sing Abide With Me. why I picked it. So I wanted to, for our community prayer today, acknowledge that yesterday was December 6th. And that is the day that people across Canada remember the women who were injured and died in the Montreal Massacre, but also gender-based violence and how that is still really problematic, especially here in Nova Scotia. And for those that don't know, I did do a student placement at Bryony House that changed my life forever. And Bryony House is a shelter for abused women in Halifax. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say about that, but I did want to acknowledge and recognize this day and the pain that many people face.
If I could, I shared on Facebook Emily's granddaughter speaking at a gathering. Emily was our former minister, I'm sorry, and she lost her daughter in the Portapique massacre. And her granddaughter is speaking about this very, so I shared it on Facebook if anybody wants to have a look at it.
So eloquent, it was lovely.
She was just, yeah, very,
Was that
very,
the
very
gathering that
helpful.
they had for the day, right, to celebrate?
Yeah. Karen Dean posted something yesterday too. She posted a picture of, or not a picture, a video of her dog and her, and she was tempting her dog with treats because apparently it was a viral trend, but she's the only person I saw doing it, but it was still really poignant, and again, someone that people can connect with here. The dog did not take the treats, even though the dog wanted the treats. And she posted something about that on her video, and then I noticed this morning a bunch of men had made negative comments. And so she was kind of responding back, you just proved my point.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give her a post a like.
Can you just unpack that for me? I don't know what you're talking about.
I can show you.
Okay.
So there was a song written, which is in the More Voices hymn book, specifically for December 6th celebrations and that sort of thing. Sandy wasn't okay to play it. That's okay, because it's online live. Beth, do you think you could look that up? The Halifax explosion too. Yeah, there's so much on December 6th.
What is it that's going on again?
Sisters, let us walk together.
Well, sisters are walking together, but they're still not being heard.
Well, this is why we're still praying about it, right? So,
I can't, I don't even know how it goes. No, that's not it.
Oh, it's not it, oh.
No, what we're singing the Pilgrim song.
Oh, it's Pilgrim.
Which has that line in it, yes.
Okay.
and it even sort of a similar tune, I find, but not the same.
Right.
Because I was like,
I've
maybe we
never
can sing it to that tune.
I've never heard it, so that's funny.
My experience December the 6th, when Stacy came home from high school, all in tears because of what had happened on that day. And it was that day that she was crying and thinking that people are still doing this.
So I've got 3 questions for us to just think about, and then we'll sing the We Are Pilgrims. And while we're doing the We Are Pilgrims, I'll pin them up on the bulletin board back there so that you can see them all put together while we're listening to Beth's music.
Oh.
Makes
What are we
sense.
putting on the, what are we putting on the?
You can see.
She hasn't said yet.
So the first one is a sadness, loss, or grief because of gender-based violence. No? Do you want one for him?
And we're supposed to put something on this.
Yeah, anything that you have seen or experienced or heard of, and it can be as much or as little as you want or need. Because it's a pretty personal topic.
Whole side or the other side?
Toe side.
Do you want me to play this now or after?
We can play it now.
I didn't have the speaker set up, so just.
That's okay.
No, actually, no.
Think back to your childhood. Which of your sisters weren't allowed to be what they wanted to be when they grew up? Or were disdained by the community for something they said or did? It's all gender-based violence. It's okay if you can't. Oh, so that would be hard. Okay, Frank. Who did all the dishwashing and laundering for all them boys?
Who took the
Oh,
garbage
she
out?
was strong.
Who cleaned the toilet?
Who cleans you?
Maybe this one is better for this. So a dignity that you can offer to those who are experiencing gender-based violence. A dignity. It can be as small as saying, I see you, I hear you. Dignity. Any sort of dignity that you could offer. Big aloud. Can you pass that to me? Don't give me one, okay? Oh, missed somebody. Yeah, I accidentally left the blue one in the copy. And this last one is, what do you need to speak out against when it comes to shame or injustice due to gender? So there's a little megaphone on it because you need to yell about that. I am, yeah. Well, I didn't even talk about this at Curtis's last school.
I didn't think people know. Far too much that it's
What would you
happened.
say?
Well, yes.
If we want to speak out against injustice or shame due to gender, what would you want to say?
I would urge to do it, so.
No, no.
The opportunity to use
I
it.
think they were selfish, that, like this,
That doesn't really do with gender.
out there.
Well, it does. My nephew just,
Carol's confused, okay.
Okay.
Where's your confusion, Carol?
What?
Where's your confusion?
The whole thing.
The whole thing? That one is an injustice or shame that needs to be spoken out about.
A
So-
particular,
At one point in time, some of you were not allowed to wear pants in places,
oh,
like
God,
church.
I went to school.
Yeah, so like that's an injustice that's based on your gender.
And that might be all they had to wear. That's an injustice.
So any that you see still happening, because there are lots that are still happening.
Because that was just, that's the way it was. It wasn't, you didn't think of me. Is that right?
This is really painful.
I'm sorry.
It is painful.
Yeah.
Very painful. Because we still hear it. And it's all ages, it's not, you know, where do young people hear this? And do this? Where do they find out that it's all right for the woman's doormat?
That's what scares me the
That
most.
we make excuses for older people because, oh, well, that's just the way old people are when they don't. It's too late to change them. We just say, yeah.
That
And
doesn't
as
matter.
simple as my brother. Oh, no, he lives back in the woods with his old woman. What are you talking about? You mean his wife? No, his old woman. What? Just
Where do these
so awful.
categories get made?
And how about he just stupid.
Well, something as simple as putting down, getting rid of the term "my old woman" would work for this. Huh?
Transphobic.
Oh, true.
I have a nephew, he's transgender.
But it's becoming
And
commonplace,
just the
Sandy.
other day, he posted a beautiful picture of herself, and I'm still having a hard time, because I've known him since he was a baby.
Known her.
Now he's transgender,
She.
so he's she. She's now she didn't change the spelling of her name. And she's now Mindy with an I. And, anyway, I find it, is that
It's something to work on for sure, because it takes people a long time to figure out that sort of stuff. Like I do firmly believe, people have argued against me on this, but I do firmly believe that everybody at some point in time has been told that they couldn't be what they wanted to be in some way, shape, or form, or that they needed to fill this specific cookie cutter moment. And if you can't relate to that, then you really need to think hard about your own personal experience, but I think everybody's had that at some point.
I think sometimes you do that to yourself.
Yeah. It's probably the worst when you're your own perpetrator, right?
It's kind of like this.
I just love seeing
Last
my
time I
former-
saw him, it was at his wedding.
Her.
Her wedding, yes, yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, all right,
It is, as long as you're okay when someone corrects you, then it's
all
okay.
right.
I ended up basically saying it's not, you don't need to understand it.
Did
you don't have to understand, you have to
If you
just
know what it
have to
feels like to
be
be
okay.
something that people say that you're not supposed to be, then use that feeling.
It doesn't matter, right? So I always have had this for a long, long time. You can be whatever you want, so long as you do not hurt me or mine. Particularly my kids.
You can't be a Roman Catholic priest if you're a woman.
Something to shout about. Do what job?
Oh, somebody asked me why I felt a call from God to be minister. And I did that, I felt that after I was trained as a pastoral care visitor at the VG. I would go around and visit people, the families, and they were alone and that sort of thing. And I never realized how many people were so alone. Because they were isolated or they were new to the area. They didn't know who they wanted to be or what they wanted to be. People living in poverty and all that stuff. And there's so many injustices in our world. We could be here all day talking about them.
We could.
Right ahead.
Paper's not big enough. But, you know, it's here, and how we look at this, and what do we take on? What can we do? Because our world is really hurting,
Yeah.
very hurting.
I think that's why I wanted to capture everyone's thoughts on this particular subject and put that into a prayer and leave it up for the week, and people who come in can look at it and see there's still need here. And we might be small, but we're trying.
That's why your heart can break when you hear somebody say, look at the state our world is in. How can you say there's a God? God is overwhelmed with this world. We're his messengers.
But it's nothing new. The terribleness of the world is not a new thing. People have suffered instead of people.
But we don't,
And a little bit of
have
suffering.
we learned from it?
No, I guess we're not.
I was surprised, I don't know why I didn't clue into this before, but I was surprised when I was reading some of the prophets this year to learn that people had been exiled again. Like, it wasn't just the Moses exile, there have been exiles upon exiles upon exiles. And people keep coming back to this idea that we can create this place where everyone can live together. And that's the whole point of being Christian, is to be exiled because we want a place where everyone is equal and everyone has enough. And it's a lot to, it's a very overwhelming task, but I think as long as we're trying, then we're making it better for someone.
So would you say that gender-based violence and other violence is a form of exile?
For women,
You hear people say the poor will always be with us.
yeah.
For
I think-
what? Spirit, health. It's not just money. Poor doesn't mean you don't have money.
I think one of the common reasons they say that women don't leave abusive relationships is because they don't feel they have a support system to get them out. Like, if that's not a feeling of exile, I don't know what is.
They stay in the exile because where do you go today? For help?
Years, quite a few, quite a few years ago now, I had an aunt. Somebody supervised to my husband was an alcoholic. Well, where am I going to go with 8 kids?
Yeah, where do I
That
go?
was back 4 years ago.
You know, if she had had some support, maybe she would have just locked the door.
That's right.
But,
You would burn the house
but
down.
who knew? Who even knew about it?
Exactly. Lots of women don't speak about it. Lots of seniors don't speak about it.
It's true, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming when we sing the peace of Christ, peace of God. Where is the peace for some people? You know they don't live in peace, and you see them. And what can we do? Recognize them, give them a name to call.
Validate their experience.
Yeah, validate their experience.
There is a positive thing happening though I see in the province and in Canada, there are programs that are now being supported with finances, right? That are beginning to grow within our province and within Canada. And we have an actual day to remember people who are, that's all changed. And from the Border Pit Massacre, we have a whole committee of people who are wanting to put programs into this province as a result of that. So there are, I'm always happy to see things that are positive. And this is the first time we've actually seen it in written, right? That's something that we have to support.
I have a friend that works in government, and I was kind of questioning what have people done lately, and she said that that report actually was on more desks like every day that she walked into than not, and there were more things happening under the surface than we ever get to hear about.
Yes.
But like she's confident we will hear about it. She's a bit younger than me, like 20 years younger than me. And,
Of all the things that have happened, there is some positive things to look at too. Because now we're talking about it, now I see it written, now there's a day that's given to it. Now there's, right, they even raised a flag in Halifax for Transgender Day, right? It's, you see, it's just amazing different things that have happened, that things that we never talked about before. We're beginning to talk about it now, I'm beginning to talk about men being charged for sexual, for these crimes that they commit, right? So it's beginning to become a little more positive.
We have a news announcer announcing things, good things that are coming along, and then they have a but, and they come up with something that ruins what he said.
I know, right?
Defeats the
It's
purpose.
sensationalism.
That's the head
I'm
one
just
step
so
back.
done with the sensationalism.
Cut it out.
Just take me back to the trees and the granite rocks and the waves. Let's wrap this time up with some prayer. God, we pray for your presence with those who need it most, those who are seeking or struggling. Help us to hold them close and support them in whatever small ways we can. We pray for all of these things as we say the words that Jesus taught. Our Mother and Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Deliver us not from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Hold on, I lose my words on that one. All right, I'll collect these up while Sandy's playing Sisters Let Us Walk Together. Or no, she's playing We Are Pilgrims on a Journey.
Where is it on? Yes, but I'm having trouble opening it.
Because it's not a link.
Well, it is a link. So I don't have the Facebook login. Okay.
should help.
Melissa.
Oh.
Melissa, yeah.
Oh, okay. I went to school with John, or,
John's got his son, and he lives next to him.
Oh, no,
Yeah, yeah. And Melissa's
This
the
is
one
the
that,
father.
yeah, Melissa's the one that her son had cancer.
Yeah.
I think he fully recovered. From what I understand from my sources, he's,
Well,
he now has a
no,
little
that
boy.
was John Jr.'s son
Okay.
who had cancer.
It wasn't Melissa's.
No.
Oh, okay, but it didn't either. It had the same thing. Anyway, he's survived, he's got a little person.
Yes, he has.
So anyway, I don't know if anybody can,
Grant is his name, is it Grant?
yeah, but they had no insurance, so.
Oh, dear.
There's
So they're trying to,
there's a fundraiser online, so, okay.
yeah, go find him.
Go fund, go fund.
How well those? How well
Some of them are very good.
GoFundMe is a pretty hard one to place people on. Like, you have to be verified by GoFundMe, and so many people have to click on to say, yes, this person is valid and they're trustworthy, and it's a better one. I mean, they take their little percentage so that somebody can do that research, but yeah, it's good to know that the research has been done, and yeah, everything's been verified.
And the picture of the fire was spectacular. It was really fully engulfed. Amazing.
All right, let's do our benediction here. As we leave from this time of worship and welcome, may the peace that we have felt here travel with us throughout the week ahead, encouraging us to be sources of peace for others. May peace bless you and keep you. May peace shine through you. And may peace give you rest. Our son,
Are we having communion Christmas Eve?
oh, let's talk through some of that stuff. Do we want to have communion Christmas Eve?
And if we're expecting a whole lot of people,
It's gonna be hard to know.
Yeah. We have a decent amount of people who have responded positively on Facebook already.
Good.
The other thing that I can attempt to do, because again, I did have a computer crash, but I can give it a shot anyways. Like, I'll be writing a communion Christmas Eve service anyways. I can pre-record that, and you can know that the rest of you are all settling in late at night to that before you go to bed.
okay.
Yeah, I think if people are, you want people to feel comfortable when they come to church on Christmas Eve. And I wonder if the serving of communion is something foreign, and,
I think for a lot of people it would be, yes, and then a number of people it would be foreign to not have it. But I don't think, I
But you
think,
can do that in your words.
yeah. I think it's better to err on the side of caution.
well, I don't mean, certainly, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but I wonder, that's all.
as somebody,
It's a busy
when
night
I'm
too.
leading it in a larger congregation, I always have somebody come up to me just before the service and ask if there is wine instead of grape juice, because that's what their upbringing has been wine, and they can't do that,
Right. Yeah.
like, pretty much always, so, yeah, I would
Err on the side.
I would err on the side of caution and prepare for a little at-home.
And let them
We'll
know
all
that they
think
can
of
get
each other.
online, right? You can have communion in your own house. It doesn't have to
Exactly,
be-
we'll all think of each other while we're doing it. And
You mentioned Facebook, is that your position on Facebook, or is there a Facebook spot for this church, or where do you see that?
there is a Facebook page for this group, for this church.
How do you get on it? How do you get on it?
Oh, well, I can show you.
Yes.
You have Facebook? You have Facebook?
Well, that would help me a lot.
Yes.
I don't go along with it,
The other thing, we need 50 likes on our, or subscribers on our YouTube channel before we can live post. So anybody who hasn't liked that, please do as well.
I sent you a friend.
What about the 28th? Do you want to get together on the 28th or not?
December?
Yes, that's one where usually I prepare something online and you get together and chat about it in person, which has been going fairly well, I understand.
Yeah, we had fun at our place.
We had fun, yeah, that
Yeah.
was great.
So is that something that folks want to do on the 28th, or is everyone?
I don't know, I can't predict where a family's gonna be and what we'll be doing, you know, so.
That's kind of what I wondered.
Yeah, I know I already have a dinner commitment for a family event.
All right, I'll still put something online then, and you can use it yourselves if you want to, or where 2 or 3 are gathered.
Why don't you give yourself a day off too? If everybody else is busy, why don't you give yourself a day off?
I might, we'll see.
Given the nature of our
But you can
conversation,
record
I'm
that
realizing my.
Sometimes I feel so strongly I can't help it.
What do we got here? What have I told you?
Given the nature of our conversation, I'm not sure this is an appropriate one, but, cause it's, I believe mildly unrelated, or I wasn't quite sure the context of the joke, but.
Then,
What's
yeah.
that picture of Amanda? Is
That's
that-
Neo or that's, what's his face from the Matrix?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's he wearing in his hat?
moderately irrelevant.
Is he a saint or a relative?
Neither?
What's in his
Looks like a
hat?
gangster.
What's in his hat, or is it a sandwich? or-
Well, in the movie, he's got a red pill and a blue pill, which is reality or stay in the